Hey there, darlings. It's your girl Vivica A. Fox here, Naptown Finest. You are watching Naparazzi Magazine. Enjoy.
What's up, everybody? You are now watching Naparazzi Magazine. It's beyond paparazzi and everything in between, giving you more of what you funkin' for. Stay tuned. We gonna be in the room.
What's up? It's your girl, Ms.Toi. Don't stop, get it. Put your back into it with Naparazzi Magazine. Let's go.
Our peoples, what's going on? What's happening? Welcome to the Naparazzi Show. I'm your host, Joshua Duncan, Joshua G. Duncan, and the G stands for Going Places. Today, we got a legend in the room. I mean, a legend. Miss Westside, the First Lady. You've seen her. She's worked with Mac 10, Ice Cube, Ronnie DeVoe, and many more. Without further ado, she's been often imitated, but never ever duplicated. Ms.Toi, how you feeling?
I'm good, Naparazzi. What it do? What it do? Good to see you.
And it's always good to see you. And we're glad you're back out with new music. Tell us what inspired the new record. What inspired it? Why we crashing out?
We crashing out because, I have all of these producers that I work with. Some are co-hosts on my show. Speak Low did a project with me. A while back we did some singles, and now this is like our first body of work. So we had to crash out. It ended up being a crash out. So, it's perfect timing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got to let the people know right off the gate, 11 tracks, all 11 are iconic, will be iconic soon. My favorite one is the lead single Crash Out and Blinders. Blinders is crazy. You went in on that thing.
Thank you.
Before we really get into Crash Out, let's take them back a little bit. Now, you were born in Chicago, right? Midwest.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Right down the street from us, we in Naptown. So but then you moved to Inglewood. How did that happen for you to move from the Midwest to Inglewood, to Cali?
I was a baby. I ain't have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
My
right.
mom, she, paved the way for us to do that. My granny and, everybody that's, from Chicago like me is, some of my family is still there, but, you know, family venture off into different places. And California was, one of my mom's places that she really wanted to go. So, when we got there, I went to elementary school there, middle school, high school, Inglewood High School, and stayed in that vicinity where a lot of growth took place, a lot of learning, being in a new place. And, music was always in me no matter where I go. It's like music is going to go with me, so I always been inspired to do music, even as a child.
Right, right. I get that. I totally get that. So we're gonna take them back, like I said. I happen to know one of your favorite artists is the legendary Tupac Shakur, and you had a run-in with him. Explain to us, how did that happen?
Well, I was at a video shoot for him and Snoop, America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I was at the video shoot and I saw him in the trailer, and he was actually changing for another, scene that they was doing. And I was waiting for the restroom because we've been there all day. We did like a courtroom scene where we was sitting all day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my homegirls, we all was, using the restroom, but it was inside the back of the trailer where it was a door that you just go through that part. But he went in through the front and just started changing because that was their trailer. And he just looked up, and I looked up at him, and I was just like, hey, Tupac, and then he was like, what's going on? And then I was like, yeah, told him my name. And he was like, you rap? I said, yep, I rap. I said, I'll be out soon. He said, I'll be checking for you. So and I was like, that's what's up, and then that was the only time I seen him. After that, he passed, from, the shooting that happened in Las Vegas. And, I was there around that time myself, just a young artist budding into this business, and running into some, certain artists meant something to me. So, I tried to keep going even after, he passed. I was like, I got to keep, you know what I mean? Stay with it.
Yeah, it had to be motivation, meeting your idol and then bringing out these hits right after. So how did you link up with Ice Cube? A lot of people still don't know that story.
Yeah, they do. You know what I'm saying? I met Q before you could do it. I was introduced, through Terry Carter, rest in peace. That was who, Suge had ran over, rest in peace. I knew his family very well. And he started a label called Heavyweight. And I was sitting down having a meeting with him, like we, chopping it up right now, having a
Right.
meeting with him, played him some music with me and Mr. Tan. And he was like, man, Miss Toy, I gotta have a lot of money. I don't know what to do with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to give you, MAC number and Cube number. So I set up some meetings with the both of them, and so that's how history started. We just ended up meeting in the studio, playing some music for each other, and then a couple of years later, I got called in to, do You Could Do It.
Right, right. So if you've had this longevity in the game, and everybody knows you can do it, it's like it's still getting played every day. Like it just came out yesterday. It's a classic record. You've had this longevity. Why do you think that your longevity has been so long? Like, how do you keep putting out music? Like, why do you keep, I should say, putting out music? And it's always successful. Like you got your main core audience. A lot of them is us guys. You know,
Yeah.
how have you sustained this longevity, I should say?
Well, I'm working with dope producers like Mike City, and A-Toys, and the syncs and the licensing and the placements keep me going because I, recognize that there is a bigger machine that's
Yeah,
in this business besides putting out music, and it's the movies and the series and the commercials. And when your music is played in those arenas, it's a different ball game. So I may not think like the typical artist, and no one is really average in this business because you have to learn so much if you want to make money. So my thing is always to figure out who's running what, how do I get paid, you
right,
know
right.
yeah,
Absolutely. I
that's
agree
it.
with that. I agree with that. So coming back with Crash Out, like I said, we got Ras Kass on the feature,
Yeah,
Speak Low, Debbie Dollars. I mean, the list goes on and on. Wendy Cox. What's your favorite song on the album?
I think like my favorite right now, because I know I'll be performing soon, is like West Side and Blinders. Like I feel like those are gonna be great songs out there in the public, and and I'm getting a lot of feedback from those songs, even like you just said, Blinders, and it's some other songs on there, Watson and Renee did a wonderful job with Warrior Timing, and that stars off the album. So
Definitely. I just loved how y'all placed everything. Like I said, it's a classic album, instant classic already. It's one
thank
of
you.
those like I called it vintage hip hop, but with a newer spin. It's still modern, but we get
Yeah.
that vintage West Coast feel with it. And we
Ooh,
haven't been getting it a lot lately. So I appreciate you for coming back and bringing the real deal back, the real lyrics
thank
back.
you.
How important is writing to you? Um, yeah, how important is writing? I know a lot of females, they collaborate on songs, which is cool, but is how important is writing to you?
It's very important. Not only are you a writer and you own stuff, you're getting your percentage as a, composer, you're getting your publishing money. And then it's like one of them things to me, I just finished recording like a verse
Right,
for an artist that I just had on my show. I write all the time. I'm in the middle of doing something with Sway Boogie. He just was on my show, and he's a new producer out of VA. And so writing to me, especially when people come to me, you know what I'm saying? It's like 007. When you come to me, it's gonna be some official bars.
very
You know
much.
what I'm saying? I'm gonna take, everything serious, what's going on. I'm gonna send you my publishing information so you don't have to go back and forth. It's
Right,
just a lot of little things that, learning all of these years from experience, how to take care and treat the new artists and the new art, they might not be new,
right,
but they're a veteran artist that's new to me, and I want that experience to be A1 Yola. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
everything I make. I just want it to be so fly, the experience, that when they think of a female on their record, they always think of me first. They might just think of somebody else to just add flavor, but they be like, I gotta have Ms.Toi.
Yeah, Ms.Toi. I know a lot of artists say that to me. As I've been promoting, they like, that's Ms.Toi. She's still making me. I'm like, yeah. So they're getting
Yeah,
like reintroduced to you just
yeah,
by this newest project. Like I said, it's dope. Y'all gotta go download, y'all gotta go stream. We know it's on
yeah.
Bandcamp. Will you be doing any visuals to this album?
Well, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I just got a new A&R
Right,
talent scout position at Maverick Global Distribution. So I'm like doing a lot of meetings and seminars and webinars right now getting more familiar with artists. So once I am in position where I'm doing shows and, the videos gonna happen. Once the shows start happening, then we start filming anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's always a beautiful thing. So I'm glad you said that. And also everything is on my new website. It's Ms.Toi.com. So everything is being switched over. I do have new management as well. So, when y'all see my link in the, above and everything, if you're not my warriors, that's what you got to do now. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like, it's protocols. Cause once I get busy, I want things to be organized in the way that I've been handling it as an independent artist.
Right. Absolutely. So why Maverick? Because you could have went anywhere. I mean, you Miss Toy, you have a name, you are a legend. You could have chose any distribution company. Why Maverick?
I love it that my DJs and my warriors are all a part of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being a peer in this business doesn't mean you have to go all the way to the Howard universities. The HBCUs is right here. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I'm regulating with my people, and I've been introduced in a certain way that I'm like, okay, if all of this is attached, I don't have to introduce my people. They're already here. When I'm ready to work with the DJs, do some things with the artists that's there, they are at my reach. And I'm now accessible to make money with people that actually think the same way I do. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? I don't want to be scraping and scrambling. I ain't them. I ain't them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
I
up.
don't do that. I gotta go where I know where I will be respected, and the contribution that I have will always be something that's positive all
Absolutely.
the way around. Everybody eats. Everybody is happy with what's, productive about us. So yeah, it matters to me where I'm at. And so Maverick was a great choice, especially around now when I'm
Yeah.
dropping music. I have a bunch of albums. I want to try different distribution services myself. So I will be dropping music, on a new service, as well as the artists that sign up with me.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you have any artists signed to you already? I think Miss Toy, right? The other Miss Toy,
Her
successful.
name, yeah, Successful Toy. That is my only artist right now. I do have some producers that's working with Toy, but K Wise is also one of my producers. JPad, the Juggernaut, is also like Geo Entertainment. They are already a part of my squad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, I'm working on Rock Hop Volume 2 with JPad right now. And me and KWise, we're still working on Successful Toy,
Yeah.
um, her EP. And then we'll move on to the rest of our music that we have going on. But we're never in a hurry to
Right.
make greatness, me and KWise. We just always make it happen right on time.
Right. Right. Y'all like brothers and sisters, it seemed like to me. Like y'all really tight.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. And Successful Toy is she's about to be a beast, y'all, on her own. If
Oh
you haven't
yeah.
heard TNT, go play that
TNT.
thing, go download that thing. She
They
from
go
Florida,
hard.
so you know what that means. She's a hustler with it, and
Yeah.
she's classy. I like that. She's
Yeah.
classy with it. You know,
Yeah, we
what do
need
you think?
that.
Yeah, what do you think about the state of hip hop now, especially like with females like Sexy Red and Cardi B? What do you think the state of hip hop is? Is it going backwards or are we moving forward?
Well, we're moving forward, but the state of hip hop is where it's in confusion right now. Hip hop is really the distraction, and everybody going to prison, having all of these cases. That's more in the forefront of hip hop, the way I see it. That might be just my opinion, but what's more important is people's drama, people's crash out. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? People mishaves, deaths, unfortunately. And that's what hip hop is right now, but that's not always what it has been and will be.
Right. To me, Crash Out is bringing back the lyrics, in-depth lyrics, substance, man. We need substance, It's not
Yeah.
just about talking about, especially with the females, about the bodies and all that. I grew up around a lot of hood chicks. My sister's a hood,
Mhm.
so I just think Crash Out, y'all gotta go download, y'all gotta go stream. I can't say it
Yeah.
enough
Please go do
because
it.
it's substance there. It's
Yeah.
real hip hop, it's real rap.
Thank
Um,
you.
definitely. So, who inspired you growing up as a young Miss Toy? When Miss Toy was young, who inspired you?
I loved R&B, like Shaka
Okay.
Khan, Minnie Riperton. It just was a lot of music being played. And then once I got to Cali, like I have Bob Marley on the wall right there.
You
I listened
seen?
to a lot of Ice Cube when he was in his younger time, Jacket for Beats. And, I just listen to different type of music. So while I'm doing music right now, I never put myself in a box or
Right.
pigeonhole myself. I know where I come from. I know that Chi-Town is in me. I know that West Coast vibe is in me. So when I'm creating, I utilize all of the things that I've done. You know what I'm saying? With
Definitely.
every
Definitely.
bar.
I think that's why you touch so many people from New York to Cali.
Oh,
Chicago is the Midwest, so you was already
yes.
got that
I'm
West
just,
Coast swag. You know what
you
I mean?
already know.
Definitely, man. Definitely, definitely. So what's next for Miss Toy?
Oh man, it's so much. I got some shows and stuff, that's being put together right now. It's some tour dates. And we're going, y'all watching the Lovely Radio Show. I'll keep you guys informed. I'm live every Wednesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch, Lovely Radio Show on Twitch, official Miss Toy on YouTube. If you just have YouTube, I understand. And so we try to make it available for artists if you're an artist or a producer and would like to get your music heard, played, live review from artists like myself. And I have platinum producers that come by all the time. So you're getting live reviews, you're getting some feedback from
Right,
people that actually listen to music. And we have a radio show for a reason. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to play your music. And how about if we break a record or two? You know what I'm
right,
saying? And
right.
show, that we actually have a push, a following. Like you said, I have a core fan base already, and so they want to listen to different type of music. They know I got music, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You
But
know you coming.
how about I, have a platform where we all can share in the knowledge and wisdom of how to grow and make money in this music business without complaining about every single thing?
Right. That's completely dope. I love what you're doing. I'm always tuning in, y'all. Like she said, lovely
Thank you.
radio show.
Yep.
It's lit. I almost had the police called on me last night because it was so lit.
Music
You
was
know,
loud.
I'm telling you, it was so lit. But
Go
if
back.
you want your music played, definitely plug in, tap in with the lovely radio show.
Yeah.
If you got
Mhm.
that talent and want the world to hear it, that's who you need to tap in with, for real, for real.
Facts,
It's
facts.
completely dope. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. So,
Look, I love what you're doing as well. You know what I'm saying?
thank
You've
you.
been holding it down, putting it down for us and the Warriors for a minute, but we seen your hustle as well over here, and we just want to salute you for just bringing light to a lot of the stories of artists and producers and actresses, and just all of us who don't get a window of opportunity all the time to get somebody to brag about us. So
Absolutely. Thank you. I mean, that's why I created it for you guys. For a lot of people who are looked over, not really necessarily you, because I never really felt like you were looked over, but a lot of the people that's forgotten about that are stars, that are icons. We think forget about our icons, y'all.
man,
We got to
appreciate
download
that.
and stream,
Yeah,
so that's why I created it. One of the things that I've always loved about you is your connection to your audience. You're not scared to holler at your people that love you. A lot of people get up here and you up here, and you
thank you
still
so much.
connect with your artist. What keeps you humble? What keeps you so real?
I mean, the times where I was shadow banned and all of the hate came, and I dealt with that and kept pushing and making records and still getting the features. And, I got a song called Block Them Hoes. So it's like
Yeah,
delete one, add two, bitch, I just got rid of you. Then what I'm going to do is go and block your whole crew. I'm a
pause.
block them hoes. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's always like this, when people start getting upset, I'm not for everybody. So when that person gets out of line, somebody else is like, move, bitch. I was
yep,
trying to get up here with Miss Toy. You know what I'm saying? And then they actually show me that they love the music. They have proof.
mhm,
They got receipts. You know what
right,
I'm saying? They
right,
got actual CDs that they bought. I never seen them before in my life. And now they get a chance to be a part of what I've built for us. You
right.
know, everybody had a squads. I tell them all the time. Rihanna got the Navy, Miss Toy got the Warriors. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up warriors, and we warriors too, y'all. Like, don't make us
Mhm.
mad. Like, we will find you. Like, I'm
Yeah,
corporate and all that, but I'm a warrior. I told Miss Toy a long time ago, I'm not only a fan, a supporter, but I am a warrior.
you
I got
did.
introduced to you through your song Hand Clap.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I got my ass whooped for that, y'all. Back then
And glad.
you had to order hand clap, on Music Box. You could order your videos. This is pre YouTube and all that for the youngins. And I must have ordered that thing probably like 10 times, not knowing it's
Dang.
gonna show up on the bill. You
I
know?
remember you told me that, and I was I was tickled because I was like, man, y'all was getting in trouble. Like, I didn't know that, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was touching people. Like, they didn't really tell me at my label how things were going. They just want to see big numbers or they not listening.
Right.
But I knew, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that came up to me, they was like, Miss Toy, we love you, we love you. And it was
Yeah.
just like, man, they was like, you could do it. I worked out for this song. And then when Hand Clap came, they was like, thank you for
Yeah.
not being naked in the video. Thank you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They was just like confirmation that I knew that I wasn't supposed to be like just a video vixen and everybody just forget about me, act like I'm just a background singer. I wasn't going for that anyway. You
Straight
know
up.
that.
Straight up. Not the warrior in you was not going for that. I
I'm not doing
gravitated straight up. I gravitated to it because you did have your clothes on, but you could actually rap. You know what I
that.
mean? It was like she actually can rap. And to me at that age, I mean, we heard the Lil Kims and respect to all of the women who
Oh
come
yeah.
before, respect to all the women, but you could actually rap. And when I heard that you actually write it, my respect for you went out the window. I'm
Oh,
like, she got this. She does this. She can
yeah.
do this in her sleep. So,
And
um,
shout out to Phantom of the Beat. You know, that's who made the beat. We actually got reconnected because of warriors like yourself posting us, tagging us both. I didn't know his Instagram page. And you know what I'm saying? We used to keep up with each other through email.
right.
So it was great to see him, back doing his thing, and he never stopped,
Mhm.
especially wanting to work with me. So now we got new music. So the hand clap lives on through me and Phantom of the Beast. So I can't wait till we start releasing that music too. So I got a lot of little special treats that I don't talk about a lot, but I'm just waiting for the right moment to promote it.
Right. And we will be waiting. Like I said, we will be waiting. I got a lot of Indianapolis artists that's wanting to work with you. That got reintroduced to you through the crash out. So this is about to be a whole nother wave of things and
Okay.
fans, a whole nother wave, man. And
I
I'm
love
just
it.
excited about it. Real hip hop is back, y'all. Miss
Thank
Toy is back like she never left. If you listen to the album, you're gonna fall in love with the music all over again. And
you.
that's why I appreciate about this, about Crash Out, about
Yeah.
Crash Out. So we want
Shout
to
out
shout
to
out to
Raz Kaz,
yeah,
for
Raz
joining
Cam.
us, joining the lovely radio show, then jumping on an incredible beat and the
Yeah,
idea and sticking with the concept. You see, he crashed out on his verse,
he
you know what I'm
crashed
saying?
out.
And
Yo,
the
Raz
intro.
Cam, he's a
So come
problem.
on.
He's about
So
to be
yeah.
a problem. I don't
Oh
know if he
yeah.
was
So
before, but that verse on
yeah,
Crash
he's
Out,
been one. He's
yeah.
always, and he raised two sons. That's a problem number 3 and 4. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? Because
man,
it's
oh
two
man,
of them.
definitely. Shout out to Raz Cam, man. You did your thing. I can't wait to interview you just off that verse alone. You
Man,
crashed out on him. You did that. Definitely did that. So
yeah.
taking it, we said we might get visuals. We got to wait for a tour or something, and for it to come about. 1 second. Okay. Want to make the tour is coming, or how are we doing that? Are we
Yeah,
doing it?
yeah. I'm
Okay.
not gonna, release any dates yet. I just got a list and stuff today, but things are moving forward, and I will be keeping everybody, posted because, some of these places are stopping where some of my folks at, and I would love for them to come out specifically. So, I'll be announcing that on Miss Toy World .com. Make sure y'all stop by there. That's where it's just gonna be exclusive information about updates on movement because we don't tell everybody. You know what I'm
Can't
saying? We
tell
don't
everybody everything.
can't tell everybody everything.
Can't tell
You
everybody.
gotta
They ain't ready for that yet.
gotta put on your blinders for all of that. You
Straight
know
up,
what I'm
straight up,
saying?
straight up. Got to do that. We want to shout out BET Jams. They have been supporting us and Miss Toy.
Salute.
The
Yeah.
youngins over there is loving Miss Toy. They loving the crash
Hey,
out.
let's
So shout
go.
out to BET Jams. Y'all have been amazing with everything that y'all doing and what we're about to do. So thank y'all for that. Like I said, all glory to God,
Congratulations.
y'all. This is a dope album. Hip hop is back. And this has been Miss Toy, Joshua Duncan, Naparasi Magazine. We got so much more to come for y'all. So just stay tuned and go download and go stream that crash out. It'll change your life. You might crash out though.
Oh yeah, you are.
Straight up. Thank you, Miss Toy, for stopping through. We'll
You're
do this again
welcome.
soon. You family here, you first lady over here. Ain't nobody
Thank you.
take that. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
doing the interview, and we just appreciate you for bringing back good news.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys receiving good music, and I'll see y'all on a lovely radio show.
All right, we'll see y'all there.